there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber and I'm so glad you have joined me today for my Weigh-In Wednesday. So I started this journey December 2018 at 248 pounds, and the question is, where am I today? Well, I think last week I said I was 186.0, I think. Now I will say yesterday I was 185.8. I was all prepared to tell you about it. And then of course today I get on the scale and it's 186.2. So, therein lies the roller coaster, right? We will not get our knickers in a knot over that number on the scale. I think that all things considered, I've had a good week. Still having the back pain, but it's easing. Thankfully, I've been putting my Arnicare cream on and that helps me tremendously, and resting when necessary. But I was able to get out and do some gardening, so that made me feel good. I think I did the Zaz maybe once or twice, but really I've been trying to give my back a rest, so that's that. What changes have I been making? Well, I talked last time about I've put my sugar dish away, which funny story about that. I started using the stevia, which, taste-wise, I have to, tell you that it's not the same as sugar. So don't expect it. But it is a good substitute. I just can't do the black coffee. I still use half and half a little bit in my coffee, and that is fine with me. But I am pretty happy that I've made this change. Funny story being, our son, who still lives at home, he has started making himself coffee first thing in the morning. Some days he goes into work at 5, so he sets it the night before. And he was asking me for the sugar dish. So I've had to put the sugar dish back on the counter. Talk about a temptation. I was tempted this morning, I have to say, but I said, no, Amber, because it's a slippery slope. If you go back to sugar, it's gonna be really hard to go back to the stevia. So yeah, so challenges are all around me. We have my 84-year-old father living with us, and he eats all of the stuff, all of the sugar and that sort of thing, all of the things that I don't eat. And so does my son. So there's that. We just have to have that resolve that we're going to do this. So that is one change that I have been keeping up with, the stevia. So I'm pretty happy about that. The other thing you might have heard me talk about if you've been following along with our Let Food Be Your Medicine book by Dr. Don Colbert. So I posted the second installment of that book discussion series. And if you missed it, I encourage you to go back and watch that. I will be posting another update on that book next week, so you can follow along. I had one viewer say that she had ordered the book from her library so she could read along with us. So that's awesome. So many nuggets of truth in that book. So, but one of the things Dr. Colbert has talked about is the idea that we should be eating breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper, like a poor person. So that is what I've been doing, because before I just would have my smoothie in the morning, kind of limp along until lunch, have maybe soup and crackers for lunch, and then be very hungry late afternoon and by dinner time, and dinner would be my largest meal. So I was doing it all backwards. But I definitely feel like this way of eating is much better for me, and trying to go to bed earlier, some nights more successful than others because of hubby's schedule, but he's working on it. But anyway, so yeah, eating breakfast like a king. So yeah, I'm definitely doing that and feeling better about it. So making those little changes, change is hard, but hard is not impossible. I love that. The quote that I like to say is, weight loss is hard, but hard is not the same as impossible, and that is the truth. Small changes over time really do add up. So today is, let's see, week 7 in our 12-week series on 12 keys for healthy weight loss / healthy living. So the first week we talked about mindset, then sleep, clean eating, exercise, balance, and today's topic, week 7, is water. Water. It's so important. And incidentally, if you missed any of these topics from previous weeks, go back and watch them. I think you'll be encouraged. But you know, it's generally recommended that we get 8-ounce glasses of water a day. And of course, consult your doctor. Everyone is different. For instance, my dad has congestive heart failure, and for those type of patients, they should not consume too much water because you can kind of get flooded out on the inside, and it's not good. So check with your doctor, depending on how active you are and any health concerns. But also, I learned that water makes up 60% of our body weight, so it's kind of important. It helps with cell renewals, regulating our body temperature, lubricates our joints, and protects our organs. This is so important. And it helps to maintain our blood pressure. That's pretty vital, right? Those are very good reasons why we should drink water. And like I have said before, once we know the why behind something, then we can kind of get behind that new habit because we realize how important it is. Another great book that I have been reading, if you caught my Goodwill book haul, shopping haul, this was one of the books, the Mayo Clinic Diet, 2nd edition, and you see on my Post-its here. I've gotten a few nuggets out of it. I finished this book the other day, and I will say it is an excellent resource. A lot of the concepts and principles are kind of basic, but I did get some things out of it. They have some nice little recipes at the back too, so maybe you may find this at your library also. So they had a little blurb in here about water, so I thought I'd just share 5 ways to make sure you're hydrated. They have that on page 317 here, so I'm just going to read that to you real quick. It says, having enough to drink throughout the day decreases your risk of dehydration. Staying well hydrated may also help you feel more energized and even reduce your hunger. How much fluid you need each day depends on a number of factors, including your body size and health, how active you are, and where you live. For instance, us Floridians, it's not hard, although I have heard of some fellow Floridians, they have trouble getting their water in. I always have my Tervis tumbler handy, and I always have water. Another good thing is to drink a cup of water before, right after you wake up, at least 1 cup. Dr. Colbert says 2. That's a lot. But it says, a common rule of thumb is to drink 8-ounce glasses of water a day. This amount is easy to remember and close to recommendations from health agencies. To make sure you drink enough fluids throughout the day, here are 5 steps. Number 1, carry a water bottle with you. Or in my case, if I'm at home, and even when I'm out, I have a taller Tervis tumbler. Say that fast 10 times. Taller Tervis tumbler. Anyway, I have it that I take in the car with me. So carry a water bottle with you. Number 2, drink water before, during, and after physical activity. 3, drink water before, during, and after meals. 4, add fruit to water to make it more fun and refreshing. It's always nice to have some lemon or lime in your ice water, or room temperature actually is best for you, they say. And number 5 is to set a timer to remind you to drink something. So those are all great reminders of the importance of drinking water. So here is your friendly PSA, drink your water. I wanted to leave you with this inspirational thought from Corrie ten Boom. And if you don't know who she is, check her out. She wrote the famous book, The Hiding Place, regarding the Holocaust, and she was a prisoner in one of the concentration camps there, and she survived. Her sister did not, but she learned so much, and what a warrior of faith she was. But I love this quote by her, and I wanted to share this with you. She says, and of course she has passed on now, but she said, "If you look at the world, you will be distressed. If you look within, you will be depressed. If you look at God, you will be at rest." I love that, because all of life's answers can be found in a personal relationship with God. So, and then another quote that she said, "Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God." And I love that. In my personal devotion this morning, I was reading in Philippians 4, 6 through 7. So I just want to share that in closing with you. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. Excuse me. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. I love that passage. So comment below and let me know how you guys are doing on your health and wellness journey. Let me know any of your struggles or your victories. We can do this, slow and steady wins the race. And, every day we're learning something. We're learning what works and what doesn't work. And so I just wanted to encourage you to keep on keeping on. And if you've fallen off the wagon, no time like the present to get back on. So many blessings. Until next time, I'll see you soon.